What is your American dream?
My American dream is for everyone to walk around freely and comfortable and not being afraid to show who they are.
My American dream is to help my people from my community.
My American dream is for people to be aware of different cultures and traditions and to be respectful of each other, of all those differences, because America is actually built by immigrants. We are all immigrants in this country.
My American dream is to continue doing what I'm doing and educating people about who we are as Mexicans, what we have to contribute to this country, and we are part of this country. Let's not forget that.
My American dream is for everybody to know that I'm not a bad man, that I'm really capable to do a lot of stuff in the best way possible, always with love, with respect, and with that passion that is a characteristic of us Mexicans.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! I mean, I really can't believe it. You know, somebody's always got to rain on somebody else's parade, and I just don't understand why people have to do certain things that they do. Oh, hello everybody! Groundhog Sam here! I'm just in the park once again, venting to my squirrel friends because, you know, I just heard some really disturbing news. First of all, do you see that I'm outside right now without a coat or a hat or a sweater? That's because the polar vortex is over and it looks like spring is actually going to be coming. But this is what I heard in the news. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration just came out with a report that the groundhog has no predictive skills. What is that about? That's just so rude. It is dumb. Thank you very much. Not only are we cute, but we do predict the weather. Really? Yes, we predict the weather. You gotta believe the groundhog. We're very scientific. Yeah. Thank you for being on my side. The fact that this administration does not believe that groundhogs have predictive skills really gets my fur in a knot. I mean, give me a break. Us groundhogs have been doing this for a long time. The Germans who came over to the United States knew what they were talking about, man. You guys didn't notice yesterday who was busy being a fortune teller. Mwah. Ooh, I see the future, and the future's looking bright. Ha 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 ha. And why would that be? Because I have predictive skills. I'm a groundhog. We all do. Now, I'm not saying that other animals don't have predictive skills about the weather. I know that birds certainly do. I mean, they fly in the air. They know when the barometric pressure is getting low. I mean, insects know, especially certain ones. They won't even mate when it's about to storm. I mean, who can blame them? Who wants to be romantic and get washed away in the middle of it? And sharks. Sharks are very sensitive to barometric pressure as well. And they're the ones that tell all the other fish to go lower when a storm is coming. So, you know, fine, good for them. But what about me and the rest of my ilk? We predict the weather too. Spring is coming, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration could really use their time and money a little bit more wisely instead of trying to rain on the groundhog parade. Anyway, did you miss yesterday's episode of Bradshaw Live? Well, in case you did, it was lots of fun as always and incredibly informative. Spar and Bernstein's immigration attorney Abadir Barre came on to talk about the delay in I-130s under the Trump administration. He and Brad talked about what's going on, and they talked about how I-130s are very important for U.S. citizens and green card holders in order to be able to bring their family members over to the United States, which is a right that they have, and that it's not cool that these are being delayed. And if you do have an I-130 that's been delayed for more than 9 months, call Abadir and Brad at 1-800-529-5465. Anyway, now's the time you've all been waiting for. It's time for Bradshaw Live, starring Brad Bernstein and co-host Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias. And away we go.
Welcome, everybody. It is Friday the 13th, Thursday the 7th.
Definitely feels
This
like
is
that.
Bradshaw Live, or maybe this is the Twilight Zone. We don't know. What you may be watching in the next 2 hours may warp your mind a little bit, or may maybe give you a little education. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
I'm here.
You are here,
alone.
all alone. Kim knew today was
Destiny.
gonna. Kim knew today was gonna be the Twilight Zone
Right.
day.
Maybe she's behind all this.
Maybe she is.
For everybody watching, it's a lot of crazy stuff happening today around
Lots
the
of stuff.
studio.
There's like
I don't
crazy
know, it might
things.
be like a ghost or something. That
Like-
ghost might be back.
Maybe. Right now, at this very moment, on YouTube, it says, on YouTube, one person is watching us on all of YouTube.
Which is
Impossible because
true.
I have to say hello to Back It Up Ricky, who left a comment on YouTube, Lisa Rose, Priscilla Kramer, Afzal A, Ja Love, Isha Sese saying hello, Yulette Wilson, Carol the Top Tigers 2 Anderson, Priscilla Kramer, Marcine Fraser, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, and Ken Kibbert. Kervin Tobier says, love you guys. And, of course, Ashley Thomas saying hello as well. Now, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, I may not have been a very good math student, but that seemed like more than one person.
Definitely.
Correct?
How many people does it say on your device?
It says 0 right now
I'm
watching
asking
on mine.
I'm asking everybody else. Like, maybe, I don't know.
I
Maybe it might be different.
I went on
their
my device earlier today, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm looking at on Instagram anymore.
Yeah,
it was
this
all
is-
like the Twilight Zone.
It's
Jonathan.
crazy. It's crazy today.
I was seeing stuff on Instagram that just blew my mind.
This is crazy.
Crazy. It's the Twilight Zone, Jonathan. It's the Twilight Zone today. I don't know why. CC Mitchell says, squad up, everybody, on Facebook. Malia Loban Martin. Maybe today is the day that Facebook will actually count the number of shares properly.
No, because even everybody else says it shows that it's only one person
One
watching.
person watching.
Which is
Impossible.
impossible because more than one person just said
comment.
one.
Deion Watson, when do you? I am telling you, they're trying to shut us down, Jonathan.
They are.
They are
Oh my
trying. The
God.
man is trying to shut us down today.
The man.
The man. Carol Anderson. I don't know who the man is, but somebody's trying to shut us
He's
down.
a man that we don't like.
We don't like it. If you wanna, how you doing, Tamika Nelson? But we are going to keep talking, Jonathan.
Absolutely.
We're gonna keep
give
talking.
An amazing show
That's
today.
right. Jessica Levy Joelle says squad up. And Sharina Blessing, squad up, Sabrina Blessing, excuse me, says squad up, guys. Deion Watson, Lisa Bling Rose, Dawn Harriet, Romana Hazel says squad up, everybody. Carol Aris Hope Burrell says hello, Lisa. A lot of people like to say hello to Lisa and Tamika.
Yes.
Lisa and Tamika get more hellos, I think, than anybody.
They are
Would
probably
you say
like
that?
ahead of the squad.
Are they squad
Possibly.
heads?
Possibly.
Are they squad heads? Squad supervisors?
Heads. Squad supervisors.
Squad supervisors.
Squad supervisors. I like that.
Tamika Nelson says squad up, Eris. Abigail Taylor Watson, Yvonne Steele, Wendy Brown saying hello to Sam, and Willie Wilson. I see Barbara Lord popping in there. Barbara Lord says, hi, Groundhog Sam, honey, bunny, heart, 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 heart. Double heart, double heart, double heart. Heart with an arrow.
A lot of
Heart,
hearts.
heart, double heart, black heart.
Okay.
Jasmine McDonald saying hello. And Andreen Spence, excuse me, I can't talk today. And who else we have here, Jonathan? Marge Higgs.
Yes.
Ma Dukes.
Did you say
Tanette
Erla?
Sobless Robinson.
Did you say Erla?
I did not. Hello.
Erla Hines Graham.
Hello, hello, hello.
What's up?
Now, can you tell people on YouTube, before we get into our schmooze here, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, can you let people on YouTube say, hey, if you like if the one person who's watching,
Three now.
three now, the three people who are watching, if they would be kind enough to share in their WhatsApp this link and get 6 people to watch,
Yeah,
we would
absolutely.
appreciate it. And the people on Facebook, we would also appreciate if you share to your friends and family. And the reason we appreciate it is, yes, you know, we have egos here. I have an ego. Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias has an ego. right?
Definitely, because we're not here for nothing.
And we get very happy when we see lots of people watching.
Yes.
And we get very, very melancholy when we don't see people watching.
Right.
So help our egos, but more importantly, help your friends and family. Because if they watch and we can help them, and how many people have called and said, just from watching our show or getting a question answered, that I helped them with their immigration problem, their legal problem, their personal problem, and it's literally changed their lives.
Absolutely.
Okay, so don't keep this secret to yourself.
Yeah.
Jonathan Yo-Yo Ellis, tell them how not to keep the secret to themselves.
All right, guys, you already know what to do. Please, please, please. We love to see new people. We love to see new squatters, the Brad squads. And the only the only way you can actually do this is by sharing. All right? And also, let's play this Facebook and YouTube and give them some of their own medicine.
Meanwhile,
all right, guys?
Marcine Frazier says because YouTube doesn't count properly, it's going to cost me money.
Whoa.
Marcine Frazier said Brad owes us some prizes because today's show, our shares shows that our shares are never counted properly.
This is true.
It may very well be true. It may very well be true.
So let's play them at their own game, guys. You already know how to share. Please click that little arrow where it says share, either on the bottom or top of the video. Click it and send it to different people's pages, their inboxes, and also on YouTube. Please copy that link. Send it in a WhatsApp blast. Send it in a text blast. You could also email it. Tell your friends. Let's make it a habit to get more people in here, new Brad squatters, so we can get better stories and more calls. It's going to be a better show for you guys, all right?
There you go, Yo-Yo.
There you go.
There you go. So let's do a little schmooze, Yo-Yo.
All right.
I don't know what's in these cards for news. I haven't read it yet.
I don't either.
You don't know either. You haven't read the news today?
I have not.
I haven't read the news either. It's going to be a big surprise to everybody and something that we call schmoozing with Brad. We really haven't seen the news today at all. I don't know. It says here, Yo-Yo, that 21 Savage,
yes,
you know the rapper?
Yes.
Familiar with his songs?
Yes.
Do you know any song he sings?
Yeah, he has a song with Cardi B.
How's it go?
He says he likes hot sauce on his titties. That's what he said.
Hot sauce on his titties?
Yes.
Well,
that's his main line. That's his main line.
That's his main line. That made him famous.
That did.
That made him famous. That was brilliant,
Yes.
Brilliant prose there. I am so glad I am not a millennial. That's all I can tell you.
Right.
When I hear that, I am so glad that I'm not a millennial.
I'm a millennial, and I'm a little embarrassed about how the music
Well,
has gone.
he also likes loaded Glocks in his pants as well. Because
yes.
according to the police, a report obtained by TMZ, 21 Savage not only was driving recklessly on a path to slam into a fully marked police car, which is why he was originally pulled over, and not only did he have absolutely no legal status to be in America when he was taken into custody, it is also believed that the cops, at least this is what the cops say on the police report, we know cops lie, but at least on the police report, on the face of it, it says that he was in possession of a fully loaded Glock, which is a handgun that can shoot off a whole bunch of rounds very fast. Now, TMZ has obtained 3 police reports which chronicle the events that led to him being hauled away on the day of the Super Bowl. According to the police documents, 21 Savage was in a red Dodge Challenger the cops say drove across the sidewalk in an attempt to get to another street. The cops pulled the car over, and ATF agents, and that's not, I was going to make a joke. It's not. Those are not those agents. That's alcohol and tobacco and firearms agents who were also on the scene ordered 21 Savage to stop and throw the keys out the window. According to the report, 21, we're calling him 21 now, by the way. It's no longer 21 Savage.
Okay.
All right. According to the report, 21, I guess Savage would be his last name. 21 being his first name. According to the report, I'm just reading the card here. 21 threw the keys out along with a bottle containing an unknown substance. 21 then got out of the car, was immediately handcuffed, and taken away by the ATF agents. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, 21.
Yeah.
That's what ATF stands for.
Yeah.
I know other people think it stands for other things.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
It doesn't in this particular. On Hump Day, it would stand for something else.
Absolutely.
Right. The police report has evidence the inventory. The gun was found in the glove box. Now, 21 has an attorney. Okay. Apparently, he hired someone other than Brad.
Yeah, which is pretty unfortunate.
Pretty unfortunate for 21. Also unfortunate for Brad, but very unfortunate for 21. Brad will survive. Now, his attorney, Brian Steele, says that both the Glock and the Dodge the rapper was driving are not his. Oh, this is the P. Diddy J-Lo defense.
So
we
somebody
just talked about it.
So somebody in the car has to take the blame
responsibility,
for it, right?
Didn't we just talk about that the other day?
We just did.
We just did. It's the P. Diddy J-Lo defense.
Yeah.
The gun belongs to everybody until somebody takes responsibility for it. And somebody is going. It's not going to be 21.
Right. It can't be.
It's going to be somebody who doesn't have as much money as 21.
Who will get money from 21.
That could be the supposition. Is going to take responsibility. I'm sure that's how it will turn out.
You know, it's crazy that all of this happened after he was rapping about immigration on The Tonight Show.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
What was he rapping about?
So he actually quoted, it said, started from the bottom, straight from the gutter, so I had to go a little harder. The lights was off, the gas was off, so we had to boil up the water. Been through some things, so I can't imagine my kids stuck at the border. Flint still needs water. People was innocent, couldn't get lawyers. So after he rapped about this on The Tonight Show, that's when ICE came and got that ass.
Got him. Wow. There were actually, according to TMZ, I'm just reading more here on my cards. There were actually, now why would he be so blatant about it? About his immigration and not doing anything about it. It just blows my mind.
I from what I read earlier was that he had a pending case and it just kept on. It was just pending. So I think it's one of those where he probably had to sue the government.
He needed Abadir.
Yeah, exactly.
He needed Brad, then he needed Abadir.
And literally what we've been talking about. So he did have a pending case for years, and you know, it all caught up to him. So.
Well, now he is in ICE custody.
Yeah, I heard.
And he has a detainer on him for both the criminal case and an immigration case. 2 detainers.
So he has to get rid of the criminal case first, right?
He's got to get, well, even if he bails out on the criminal case, which I'm sure he did, ICE is going to detain him anyway.
Right.
And he may or may not get out on an ICE bond. Depending on, he has a prior drug offense, right?
Yes.
He will not get out on ICE bond. So if ICE,
so
if the facts are, actually, if the facts are that he is in ICE custody right now, his lawyers, if this is the facts, now I don't know all of the facts, and maybe there's some underlying stuff that I don't know.
Right.
But generally speaking, if you know that because what happens is you first go into criminal detention,
right,
and you have to make bond in the criminal case, and once you make bond in the criminal case, if ICE has a detainer on you, as soon as you make bond, you're just going from one jail to the next. You're going to immigration jail next because ICE has the detainer on you as well. Now, if you know that you are not getting out of ICE detention, and from what I understand, he has a drug offense from 2015,
right,
which means that is mandatory detention for ICE. He is not getting out of ICE detention. That is a bad move, if in fact this is what happened, to have paid the bail on the criminal case to be transferred to ICE. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because in criminal law, in every state, I don't know what the statute is in Georgia, but in every state, in criminal law, they have something called speedy trial provisions, which means that if you are being held in jail, they can't hold you in jail forever. You at some point have to have a criminal trial. And a lot of times, district attorneys are not ready to proceed on criminal trials, and you see defendants getting off because the case was thrown because they didn't have a trial in a specific time, statutory or constitutionally, depending on the state. Once you pay the bail and you move to immigration detention, the speedy trial, the clock stops on speedy trial provisions. So now the district attorney is under no pressure to move forward on the case, to bring the case to trial. You want to keep the district attorney's feet under the fire. And now you haven't, if in fact that's what happened.
Right.
And the only time that you want to pay the criminal bail to go into immigration detention is if you know you're going to be able to pay the immigration bail too, so you can be out of jail.
Right.
But I'd rather be personally in criminal jail than immigration jail. Immigration jail is worse than criminal jail generally.
Right.
And number two, you now don't have the district attorney's feet on the fire anymore.
Yeah.
So if in fact that's what happened, and maybe the 3 people who are watching on YouTube would know the answers to this, that to me would not have been a smart move. Now I don't know that's what happened. I'm just reading between the lines here.
You had already said that Jay-Z is the one who got him his immigration lawyer?
I have no idea.
Yeah, so Jay-Z got him.
Jay-Z got him the
because
immigration
he's really,
lawyer.
really mad at the fact he actually came out with a statement talking about how his U visa was, and it was in pending for 4 years.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, his U visa was impending for 4 years.
21 Savage's U visa.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with him having kids here,
but he
does that change anything?
No, a U visa is if that's what he had, the U visa is the victim of a crime who cooperated with the police in a prior incident. People who are victims of crimes in the United States who file for U visas have their cases pending 8, 9, 10 years because there's only 10,000 visas available. So if you filed a U visa, you're going to wait a very long time for a green card.
That's what was pending.
That's what was pending. Okay, now
for 4 years.
Okay, now I understand. He's going to wait another couple years for that.
Okay.
So now, if in fact he is found guilty of this gun charge, it's all going to rely then on this criminal case. If he's found guilty on the gun charge, then he will most likely be deported. If he was found not guilty, then the U visa application will still stand and he'll be out of deportation.
Yikes.
Now there are waivers available for victims of crimes, and maybe his lawyer can, even if he's found guilty of this gun, can file for a waiver for him on the U visa, but it hasn't even been approved yet.
Exactly.
It hasn't been approved yet. And it really goes back to even, there's so much to talk about here. Donald Trump, parades people around, he calls them the angel moms, which are the parents of victims of crimes by illegal immigrants. There are people who are out there who are illegal immigrants or green card holders who have committed serious crimes against American citizens. But what he does not ever say is the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants who are victims of crimes by U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
And that's why this U visa is so backed up.
Damn. Yeah.
And by the way, I even get caught up sometimes in the politics of it all because it's not illegal to be undocumented, and here I am using the word illegal. So sometimes I even get caught up in the wrong words.
Yeah.
Let's see what else is happening here.
Good luck, brother.
Yeah, let's see. Anything interesting here? Did you see? We talked about it. I saw this after the fact. One of my favorite little GIFs I see now on the internet.
What is it?
I didn't watch the State of the Union, but Nancy Pelosi mocked Donald Trump by clapping in his face.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, do you see it? All right.
Look at that face.
So now they're saying it's the clap that reverberated around the world. Can we see that again? It's a great picture. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi applauded President Donald Trump during his State of the Union address to the joint sessions of Congress on Tuesday and inspired memes and Photoshop battles galore. So on Wednesday, she revealed the thought process behind her expression. It wasn't sarcastic, Pelosi insisted to reporters. Look at what I was applauding. I wanted him to know that it was very welcomed what I was applauding. Pelosi's applause of Trump came after he called for the rejection of the politics of revenge and retribution. Now, Christine Pelosi, who is the daughter of Nancy Pelosi, has put a different spin on it. So Nancy Pelosi's daughter says, hashtag way back Wednesday. Oh yes, that clap took me back to the teen years. She knows, and she knows that you know, and frankly, she's disappointed that you thought this would work. But here's a clap. Hashtag you tried it. So I think what most people think is correct, and she was trying to turn it, make a political spin on it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So
dang, her daughter just like called her out on it though.
Yes.
Nancy was trying to lay low with it.
No, she was just trying to put a nice spin on it.
Yeah.
But the daughter called her out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
That's what kids are for.
Meanwhile, Delta has apologized for handing out creepy Diet Coke napkins.
Creepy
Diet Coke napkins.
What do you mean?
The Delta Airlines and the Coca-Cola Company have apologized for handing out creepy Diet Coke napkins to passengers on select Delta flights in the United States this week. Travelers have been sharing images of their napkins on Twitter, which feature an array of messages encouraging flyers to flirt with their fellow passengers. And one of the napkins said, quote, be a little old school. Write down your number and give it to your plane crush. You never know. Another says, because you're on a plane full of interesting people and hey, you never know. At Duck Sauce tweeted, hey, at Delta and at Coca-Cola, these napkins are creepy AF, which is different than ATF.
Do you know what AF is?
As fuck. Pretty sure no one appreciated unsolicited phone numbers in the good old days, and they sure as heck don't want the number of someone who has been gawking at them on a plane for hours. Not a good look.
No, people annoy me.
That's
like
annoying.
That. I think that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna take it serious. They were just, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Like, people need to lighten up. Ever since social media came, like, you have a chance to speak your word, and everybody's word doesn't really have to be heard. I think those napkins were fine.
Now, some people came to the defense of Delta and Coca-Cola.
Like me, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it was all right. It's funny.
Facebook user Jennifer Engel said, and quote, and that, my friends, is how I met my husband on a Delta flight 11 years ago.
See?
So, it does happen. People meet.
They weren't literally saying, hey, go ahead, just put your number down. Just like the Taco Bell little hot sauce packets. They'll have, like, funny little sayings and stuff. Like,
they try to be cute, but people are very oversensitive sometimes.
They're so sensitive.
You think people are oversensitive?
Yeah, it's annoying, too. Like, loosen up.
Yeah, by the way, Noelle wants to know where Kim is. Kim thought it was Freaky Friday today. She thought it was Friday the 13th. She said she doesn't work on Friday the 13th. Turns out it's Thursday the 7th.
You're right.
Right, but she thought it was Friday the 13th, and ever since she said that, it's been the Twilight Zone here.
She said that because when she looked at YouTube and it was only 2 people watching,
she
was like,
watching.
I don't have to be here today.
Yeah. All right, so Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, let's see. Let's get into answering some immigration questions. How's that?
Sure.
All right, before we get into we'll just answer immigration questions. I was going to ask you to tell people to share
let's
one
do
more
that
time, and then we'll get into immigration questions.
Absolutely. And before I do it, I want to say to Reginald Amata, saying, happy birthday to Grenada, 45th Independence Day.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Grenada. Yeah, Grenada. All right, guys, please, now let's share. We're actually doing really well with our numbers, at least on Facebook. We know for sure. It's over 100 people watching. Let's get that on YouTube as well. And the way to share is all you have to do is click that little button with the arrow. Make sure you send it to people's pages. You can send it to groups. You can send it to inboxes. You could also copy the link and also copy the link on YouTube. Copy the link and send it in different people's WhatsApps. Send a whole blast. All right. You don't have to be annoying with it, but just be informative and, show some love to people.
All right, so now we can get into something we call Quote Me with Your Immigration Question. I'm going to give you my best answer.
Yeah.
How's that?
Your best answer is always the best answer.
My best answer is always the best answer.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, we have somebody by the name of Tamika. Is this Tamika?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Tamika.
My question is, I have a 2-year-old daughter. I'm a green card holder. I leave her from she was like probably like 4 months. I tried to get her here, but they deny her visa. So I'm trying to file for her, but I don't know how long does it take for a green card holder to like receive a 2-year-old child. So that's my question.
It's about 2.5 years.
Pardon me?
About 2.5 years. How did you get your green card?
Oh, my stepmom and my dad filed for me.
Okay, and you were under 21?
No, I was over 21.
You were over 21? How long did you wait
Yeah.
for your green card?
Pardon me?
How long did you wait for your green card?
How long? I don't know how long did I wait because I don't know.
5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 6 months?
No, I don't think it was that long.
What? How long? How old are you now?
I'm 26.
You're 26. Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you come to the United States?
I came here from 2016.
2016.
Yeah,
And,
but I just, yeah.
okay, so were you included on somebody else's case as a derivative?
Pardon me?
I'm trying to understand how you got your green card. Were you included on somebody else's case?
Somebody else's?
Case.
I don't hear it.
Case.
No, I said no. It's my dad that filed. My dad and my stepmom that get me
Is
here.
your dad a citizen or a resident?
A resident, but my stepmom is a citizen.
And your stepmom filed for you?
Yeah.
When?
In I think she filed for me. I don't know when did she start the process, but I know I came here 2016.
Because generally speaking, unless your stepmom filed for you before your 21st birthday, your daughter would have been included on that case. You shouldn't have to refile for her again. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Oh, I think I know she wasn't on it because at the time everybody told me like you could have bring her, but I never knew I could bring her at that time.
But if you could have brought her then, you can still bring her now.
Oh.
So Tamika, you want your daughter, and it doesn't sound like you know what's going on. So you need help.
Yeah,
you need help.
'cause
You need help. You don't know what's going on. You need help. Hold on 1 second. Let me get your daughter here, okay? Hold on.
Yeah.
All right. I love when everyone says. Who's this everybody?
Everyone shouldn't be always saying.
Right, you know, it's everybody and they. The two people who always screw you up are they and everybody. They always screw you up and everybody screws you up. Whatever it says. Well, they said, who's they?
Unless you're calling Brad, they, and everybody.
Correct. Pinky in Brooklyn. Pinky.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, Pinky.
How are you doing?
Wonderful. How you doing?
I'm fine. Okay, I have a big question. I'm not living here, but I'm here on vacation.
Okay.
My fiance, he wants to marry me, but the problem is he's paying child support. He holds like $25,000 in child support.
That's a problem.
So I would like, pardon me?
It's a problem because if he owes that money, he's going to have a hard time giving an affidavit of support to say he can support you when he's not supporting his own children.
Okay.
It's a big problem. You need to speak to a lawyer about it.
Okay, that's why that's my concern.
Right. Okay, and it's a valid concern. Hold on if you need help. Let's go to Aisha in Bakersfield, California. Aisha.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful.
Yes, I have a concern. I have a daughter who came here when she was less than 3 years and undocumented, and she'll be 15 this year, so I would like to know what to do for her.
She's what this year?
She'll be 15 in October.
She'll be 15 in October. And what is your status?
I'm a permanent resident.
How'd you get your green card?
By marriage, but my husband is a citizen. He's the one who applying for me.
Okay, and you live with your husband now?
Yes.
And where's the father of this child?
I don't know.
You don't know. He's disappeared?
He disappeared. I'm with the child since since she's born.
Okay, but so the father's out of the picture.
What's that?
The father is out of the picture.
Yes.
All right, so you have two choices. Okay? Choice number one, which is the obvious choice, is your husband files for your daughter as a stepchild. She goes home to her home country, picks up her green card, and comes back. The fact that she lived in the country out of status through 15 or 16 is not a bar to her returning home, getting her green card, and coming back She'd go home for a week or 10 days. She'd be back with her green card as long as she leaves the country before she's 18. Very straightforward. The other option, which most people don't think about, would be if you don't want her to go home and come back, which I'm telling you is going to be fine. But if you get scared of that, the other option is to have your husband do a SIJ application for your daughter. And he goes into family court and he becomes her legal guardian, and he demonstrates to the family court judge that this child's biological father abandoned her. We don't know where she is, and it's not in the child's best interest to be reunited with an abandoned father. And the judge will make a special ruling. That's all that's needed, this special ruling that she shouldn't go back to an abandoned father who nobody knows where this father is anyway. Your husband and you become her legal guardian, even though you already are her legal guardian. You get a judge to sign off on it, and then she can file an adjustment as a special juvenile immigrant here in America, as long as that's all done before 18.
Okay, and what about if you want to go with the first case?
That's fine too, either one. Both work. One is your husband files as a stepfather. She goes home and comes back for 2 weeks. The other one is you and your husband go into family court, get a special ruling on guardianship that the biological father abandoned, and then she does a special juvenile immigrant. Both options work.
Okay, thank you.
All right, if you need help, hold on. You need help, hold on. And you wonder why you need help? Your child's been here since 2 and she's 15. You got to do something now. Let's go to Richard in Hartford. Richard.
Hello.
Hi, Richard.
What's going on, man?
How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine. I got a question. I had put in my I-130 and my 485 and they approved them, but I didn't get the money to pay for the work permit. So
one second. You don't need to pay for the work permit. If you pay for the I-45 and the I-130, the work permit's free.
Well, the lady told me that it costs $580.
No. Have you ever applied for a work permit before?
Yeah, I did, but when I didn't get the money, she said I must get a 912 and a 912P, and a 912P showed me I'm on the poverty line.
Wait. You have a pending adjustment, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You filed an adjustment. It's pending. Did you ever get a work permit on that first adjustment application?
No, sir.
Okay. The first work permit's free, so I don't know what lady you're talking to. All you have to do is file the I-765 and submit and put down C9 in section of law that you're filing under, fill it out, put a copy of your pending I-485 receipt on the I-765. The first work permit's free. You don't got to pay for it.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thanks, yeah.
All right, now it's another person to add.
Another one.
Everybody don't listen to they, and don't listen to this lady. All right, so let's go to Lynette in Roanoke, Virginia. Lynette.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
I'm doing great. My question is, I have 2 kids by a Jamaican immigrant. We were married. We are now divorced. But he's been in Jamaica for 10 years, but I'm trying to file and have him to be able to come back.
You can't because you're divorced from him.
Okay, so would either one of my children be able to file for him?
Are they over 21?
No, they're 17 and 14.
Yeah, once they're 21, and if they're U.S. citizens, they could file for him. So if he wants to wait 4 more years, he can wait, or you can go back and marry him again if you're in love with him.
Well, I will always love him, but I'm already remarried. So
you already what? What happened?
I'm already remarried.
Oh, you're remarried. Well, you can't love 2 men at the same time.
Or can you?
You can, but not legally.
Why not?
Or not legally. You can.
You can still love them.
You can love them. Well, I guess as long as you don't marry them, you can, right?
There you go.
Right, okay. Well, for immigration purposes, you can't help them, unfortunately.
I can't.
No.
Okay. Thank
Sorry.
you for your time.
Okay. All right. I guess you can't. There's no law that says you can't be in love with more than one man.
There's no law.
There's no law. You can't be married to more than one man. Albert in Naples, Florida.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
What's going on?
All right. So I have a question for my friend. he recently got married in November. He was on an H-2B visa, right?
Right.
And now he's sending off his application. So he has the I-130 and the I-765 and the
I-45.
485.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He wants to know what are the documents he needs to present when he's sending off those papers.
A copy of his passport. Marriage certificate. All divorce certificates or death certificates of prior spouses. His birth certificate. His spouse's birth certificate. Proof that the spouse is a U.S. citizen. 3 years tax returns from the spouse, a job letter, and a bank letter.
A bank letter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right. Let's go to Sam in Atlanta, Georgia. Sam.
Hey, Bert. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
I have a quick question for our friend, Bert. He have a pending VAWA case, and in like 2 or 3 months ago, he checked it. It was like request for evidence was received because they asked for evidence and he submitted, and they said it was received. And he checked on it again last night. It's like it showed up that during the application, USCIS is during the application, so he wasn't know what that means.
It says USCIS is what application?
It's viewing the VAWA application.
Is doing it?
Yeah, they're viewing it. Yep.
Oh, reviewing it.
Reviewing it. Yep.
Okay. It means exactly what it means. Somebody's looking at the application as we speak, and they're looking at it.
So you think how long that's going to take before you get scheduled for an interview?
No. Could be weeks, could be months. I don't know. But somebody's looking at it. That's what it means. But you can't determine from that when an interview is going to happen.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And because just another question, Bert, because he had an I-485 pending, and he filed the I-485 in 2017 before the relationship turned out to be abusive. Then he filed a VAWA last year, or 2018 May. He filed a VAWA. So are they going to start from the time he filed a VAWA or the time he had an I-485 pending from 2017?
The time that he filed the VAWA.
Oh, that's the time they're going to start from, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thanks, Bert.
You're welcome.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go to Linda in Charlotte, North Carolina. Linda.
Hello?
Hi, Linda.
Hi, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm just calling to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
I did do asylum. I applied for asylum. I have my work paper, but they tell me when I try to find it, they tell me, and I went to a lawyer about the case, and they tell me it's like the case is 2 weeks. So, and I done been to 3 lawyers, and they tell me the same thing. Then I tell her saying I'm going to get another lawyer, and they, excuse me, and they say if I get another lawyer, that's wasting money.
Okay.
So what do you think about? Do you be able to help or anything? Because they tell me
I don't feel very positive about your case if you told me you went to 3 lawyers and they said the case is no good. But you know, I'm happy to review it again. Maybe all 3 lawyers are wrong. I have no idea.
Okay, I just want to know because before I get another lawyer again to spend another money.
Well, you're asking me, you know, in advance without knowing anything about. I don't even know what country you're from. You know, do I have a strong asylum case? I have no idea.
I'm from the Bahamas.
You're from the Bahamas. Generally, does not have asylum. Generally, is not granted from the Bahamas because they're not having huge issues in the Bahamas. But maybe you have a specific case that's unique to your situation. I don't know. But you can hold on 1 second if you want to have a consultation for sure. Let's go to Nadia in the Bronx.
Hi, this is Nadia.
How are you, Nadia?
I have a question. I'm an F1 student on a visa, and I'm on OPT. And as you know, I got my whole student by the end of the day. My OPT is going to expire in January 2020, and I have to go back to school before my OPT expires. So I wanted to ask, what are my chances of getting a permanent residency if I don't get a sponsor once I finish my bachelor? Because it's hard to get a sponsor now,
Well, if you're on your OPT, generally what happens is you go work for a company or a business and they like you and they'll sponsor you for the H-1B, which is coming up for April 1st. And then after you get your H-1B, then they sponsor you for a green card. That's usually the process. If you don't get a sponsor, generally a lot of people go back to school or they go home.
Oh, no, because this OPT is for the associate. It's not for the bachelor year. It's for the associate.
Okay, so then you need to go back and get your bachelor's degree because you can't get a work visa until you get a bachelor's degree.
And I was thinking about doing nursing because maybe nursing when I get my nursing degree because my major.
Yeah, nursing's not a good H-1B job. You can't get an H-1B as a nurse unless you're an advanced practice nurse. So that's not a good job unless there's no waiting time for green cards right now, which, by the way, let's see, is for job sponsorship for nurses. There is no waiting time for green cards, but you don't know what it'll be 2 years from now. So in other words, if you have it, you as an associate's degree, if you have a nurse, you can take the CGFNS right now, take the TOEFL test of English as a foreign language, submit and get your visa screen from the College of Graduate Foreign Nursing Schools, and you get a visa screen, and you can just get a job sponsorship and submit your adjustment right away for a green card. Right now, you can do that. I don't know what will be in 2 years from now. I know you can't get a work visa, but if the priority dates are still current, you'll be able to do that for your green card. Unless, of course, you are from. Wait a second. Unless, of course, you are from the Philippines or India or China, you can't do it. Every other country you can.
Okay, so let's say that I'm not counting a job sponsorship, right? So what are my other chances, like getting married or?
Well, it's family, job, asylum, investment. That's the way to get a green card.
So when you get married, how long is it going to take before I get home? Oh, let's see that. Okay. All
right, hold on, because you have to develop your questions, and if you want, you can have a consultation with me. Let's go to Tiara in Hartford, Connecticut. Tiara.
Hi, good night, Brad.
How are you?
I'm fine. So I have a question. So I have a I-130, approved I-130, right? And my 485, I submitted my 485, the 765, but the only thing was missing is the affidavit of support. Now I'm wondering if I should send it in or if that would affect my work permit.
What would affect your work permit? Say that again.
If they're going to request for the affidavit of support, I have to send it in, or if not, it would affect my work permit.
I don't understand. You submitted an affidavit of support. Why are you going to submit another one? That's what I'm not understanding.
No, I did not submit an affidavit of support. I have an I-130 approved. I sent in to adjust my status.
Okay,
but
so
the only thing was missing.
Okay, so you screwed up. I understand now. So basically, you filed without the affidavit of support. You are not going to get a work permit.
Yes.
You just can't go randomly submit an affidavit of support now. It will never hit your file. You have to wait for immigration to send you back a letter for the affidavit of support, or immigration has the right to cancel your case, take your money, and you'll have to refile again. Either way, you got to wait now on immigration's response to you, and then follow along. Either you're denied and you got to file again, or submit the affidavit of support. Until you complete your application properly, you will not get a work permit. But you can't complete it right now until you hear from immigration. So now you're in wait mode.
Right. Okay, thank you. Because I was wondering if I should return filing or just wait.
Just wait now, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, let's go to Michelle in Orlando.
Hi, good night.
Michelle.
How are you? All right, my question is, how long after you, my husband did the interview for the 485, right, or the I-485.
Right.
He did the interview. After the interview, they requested more evidence. sent in the evidence. The date was supposed to be the 14th of January, which was sent in. How long after do you wait to hear for a response?
At least 120 days.
And that's after, not the interview, but after the evidence submit date.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
And what happens if we don't hear from them? Should we contact
them, contact me, but start contacting somebody.
Okay.
All right.
If you don't hear from them within the 100 days.
120 days, 4 months.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Let's go to Mia in Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, Brad. How are
Mia,
you?
how are you?
I'm good. I want to ask a question for your friend. He submitted to remove the condition since May last year, but up to now he has not refused a biometric.
He did what last year?
He said he submitted the application to remove the condition for the 10 years green card.
Did he get? He
In
got.
May.
Okay, he got a letter extending his green card.
Yeah, I got a receipt for 18 months.
Okay, so then just.
But he has not gotten the biometric
All right,
or anything
all
since
right,
then.
just hang in there.
Okay.
It'll eventually happen.
Okay, because no biometric.
All right, let's go. Ooh,
She was still talking.
that was my fault. I didn't mean to do that. My apologies. Kareem in Brooklyn.
Yes, hello.
How
How
are
you
you?
doing? Right, very good. So here is my question. My wife had her citizenship interview, and they asked her a question about her, wedding and marriage. And she said, I've got married with a guy who has like F1 visa, like student. All right. So everything was fine. She passed the test. She passed everything. And whenever she told them about this, they gave her like a paper that says decision cannot be made yet. So I don't know what is going to happen now.
What was the problem with her answer?
So here is the thing. They asked her about her her marriage, and they asked her about my status.
Is this your wife?
Yeah, she's my wife. Yeah.
Okay, and you're on an F1 student visa?
Exactly.
And who's
they didn't
sponsoring?
approve.
Who's sponsoring her?
She's sponsoring herself.
How?
What do you mean how? She's working.
How is she entitled to a green card?
I mean, she's working. She was applying for citizenship.
She's
for her
applying for
citizenship.
citizenship. Okay, I thought
Exactly.
it was a green card. Okay.
Yeah.
But
it was like her
you're-
interview, citizenship interview.
But that's fine. The fact that she's married to someone on a student visa has no bearing on whether she becomes a citizen or not.
So basically, they gave her a paper and it says we cannot take a decision yet. So I don't know what is going to happen now.
Is there anything in her background?
Nothing at all.
Okay, so then the fact that
Except
she's
her
married,
marriage with me.
the fact that she's married to Kareem, who's on a student visa, has no bearing on her becoming a citizen. So the only thing that's going to
Beautiful.
happen is she'll become a citizen. And if you don't hear from them in 120 days, we'll sue the government to make sure she's a citizen. That's it.
All right. Beautiful.
Okay?
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Thank you.
Let's go to Sam in San Francisco. Sam. Sam?
Yes. Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Yes. Hi, Brad. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Yes. I have a concern. A year back ago, my wife and I filed on my behalf to have a marriage-based green card, and I was issued the first 2 years, and by October of this year, that 2 year will be expiring. But we moved from the previous address we used to live because of my work and business. I have to move over to California, and she's moved to Georgia because she has a business with her sisters and stuff like that. So my concern is, and because of that, we've been having little family issue, but then we haven't had time to settle. And so my worry or my concern is what will happen in this situation when I have to request for the removal of the green card or temporary.
You have the 2 year green card already, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when you go to remove the conditions wherever you and your wife are living, that's where you'll file it.
Yeah, but yeah. So we haven't had the situation to settle.
You guys got to live together. You got to figure it out. You got to live together. It's more important. You keeping a green card and keeping your marriage intact is more important than making a couple extra dollars. So you got to figure out how to live together, even if it costs you a couple dollars in money.
Where in the case she's not agreeing to live where I'm at. That's
okay.
The
Well,
problem
then you're having a marital discord. If you have a marital discord, your two choices are figure it out, work it out, be adults and figure it out, or alternatively get a divorce and say this is not for me and prove it's a real marriage. One or the other. What you don't want to do is you live in one city, she lives in another, and then try to fake that you live together when you don't.
Yeah, no, we don't. At this current moment, we don't.
Okay, so then your two choices are you get back together with her or you get a divorce. That's what the law says.
Okay.
Because if you get a divorce, then you file on your own without her to remove the conditions. You show your divorce decree, and you show proof that back in the day, before I got the divorce, we lived together. And if that's the truth, you get a green card.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Breaking up marriages one at a time here, Yo-Yo.
I see.
Not pleasant. Not pleasant, but you got to do what you got to do.
Hey, somebody got to do
Someone's got to do it. All right. So I know what we have to do now. Social media check-in, right?
All right. All right, before we get into it, you guys remember, please share right now so we can get a lot more questions. We already actually have a lot of questions, but numbers are doing really well, and a lot of people are getting their answers or their questions answered, and that's all because of you guys. So share right now, all right? Now, let's start off with Brandon White. Now, dear Brad, I am 30 years old and I'm living in Jamaica. I'm not married. My dad is an American citizen and he started filing for me from 2013. How much longer will my filing take? And does the government shutdown affect my filing?
The government shutdown does not affect your filing. They're up to September 22nd, 2011, so you got 2 more years.
Awesome. All right, hello. This is from Alan Aviado. I was born at 4/8/86. So April 8th, 1986 in the Philippines. My dad became a U.S. citizen when I was 2 years old after serving in the U.S. Navy. I was 16 years old when we moved here on May 15, 2002. I got my green card May 2004. Does the Child Citizenship Act of 2000 apply to me?
What year was he born?
He was born in 86.
96.
86.
I understand. I'm counting when he turned 18. So he turned 18 in 2004.
Yes.
And when did he get his green card?
He got it 2004.
Before his 18th birthday or after?
He got his green card in May 2004.
And he
so
and
it
he
was
turned,
right after he
turned.
turned.
Then
18.
he is not a citizen.
He's not a citizen.
Not a citizen.
Sheesh.
I don't want to go through the whole process, but trust me, you're not a citizen.
All right.
Okay.
Jaha says, hey, I'm a U.S. citizen. My spouse has an approved I-130, but he can't apply for a green card because it's deportation order and he entered the country without a visa. So my lawyer told him to go back to his country. But he's in custody about to be deported. What do I do if he does get deported? Can we stop this deportation?
Who is this to? Who is the person?
So Jaha is the U.S. citizen, and
the woman who wants to marry him. What's her
they're married already. It says my spouse has an approved I-130.
So why don't we ask to terminate the proceedings and do a 601 provisional waiver and let him take a voluntary departure and go home and come back? That's a process. Why don't we?
Yeah.
That's the process to go through.
All right, Jaha, you better hire Brad.
So you take a voluntary departure and you ask the judge, let me take a voluntary departure because I'm going to do a 601 provisional waiver. And that way he gets out of jail and he leaves like a human being.
All right. Ken Kibet says, hey, Brad, can you explain a little bit about what a U visa is and how to go about it?
U visa is a victim for crimes, a crime victim's visa. So if you were the victim of a serious crime, not a pickpocket, but like a serious crime, and you have an injury, whether it's a physical injury or an emotional injury, and you can show that you helped law enforcement prosecute that crime, whether you were interviewed by the police or you helped the district attorney or you testified at trial or whatever it is, they will issue you a U visa. They only give 10,000 a year. There's about 100,000 people who filed for it. There's about a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year backlog. Who knows? So it does take a long time to get, but once you get it, 3 years after you get it, you can apply for a green card. In the meantime, 6 months after you've applied for it, you can apply for a work permit based on humanitarian reasons.
All right. Michi-boo, Michi. I like that, Michi-boo, Michi. Hey, Brad, I've been married since 2016, did my interview in 2017. We were told that they're gonna go ahead and approve my green card. In 2018, they sent back for more proof, which we sent them over 13 evidence in 2019, and I still have not received my green card. What is your suggestion?
Come to see me. I don't know what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
But it ain't right.
Even after they gave the proof.
Yeah, well, still waiting, right?
Still waiting.
So the proof's in the pudding, so there's no pudding.
Yeah, all right, no pudding.
Correct. Right? If you got some pudding, you would have got your green card, right?
This is
the proof's in the pudding.
This is true. All right, Vera says, hey, Brad, I'm Vera from Staten Island. I am a green card holder through marriage 5 years ago, but my question is about my best friend. Oh, well, she gave you information about herself, but she's asking for her best friend.
So now everything beforehand
right, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay, now the question.
Thank you for that, Vera. She was married for 15 years, and the husband passed away 2 years ago. They never applied for a green card because they had to plan to move to the States. She has 3 kids who's all American. They're all minors and live in the other countries. She only has a tourist visa, and at the moment she's visiting in the U.S. for 3 months to take care of her kids' Social Security fund. What can she do?
Well, she gave birth to kids in America. She's not going to be able to get a green card through them, that's for sure. So we got to figure out another way. I don't know the answer. She would need to have a consultation.
Consultation, Vera.
Right.
Curly girl Shauna, can you file a mandamus on a U visa?
To get it approved?
Sure.
Yeah, to get it approved, yes.
Okay. Monique says, hi, Brad. What happened when you...
wait.
It just says, can you file a mandamus on a U visa?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
But there's a...
I knew something was going to come.
1 second. There's a quota.
I knew something else was coming.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of something else. There's a quota, though, on U visas. So it may be the issue of a quota issue.
Uh-huh.
So if there's a quota, you can't.
Okay. All right. Monique says, hey, Brad, what happens when USCIS receives a request for evidence? Does your case start all over, or was it put on pause, then resume after they receive the file?
It's on pause and resumes when they receive the file. If it's an RFE at the beginning of the case, it means that they never even started looking at it yet.
So, yeah, so it resumed after they received the RFE.
Correct. After they received the evidence.
Yes. All right, Monica Laws says, a friend of mine is here on a B1, B2 visa. When she was applying for her visa, she told them that she was married, but it was not true. She is married now, though, ready to file for her green card. Will that be a problem?
Yes, it's misrepresentation because you got the visa with the government thinking you were married. And why would anybody say they're married to get a visa? Because it's more likely that you're not going to leave a spouse behind. So if you're married, it's more likely that you're going to return and not overstay on your visa. The fact that you were single and you said you were married may have been the difference between you getting a visa and not. So now you're here, and now you got married to another man, and you go file your paperwork. And one of two things are going to happen. One, you're going to say, this is my first marriage, which is the truth, and you're going to go in for an interview, and they're going to say, wait a second, you're married in Jamaica. Were you lying then or are you lying now? Or you're going to say, I lied in Jamaica, I'm not married. When I wasn't married when I claimed I was married, but now I'm married now. And they're going to say, prove it to us, we think you're a bigamist. So really what needs to happen is this. You need to go to all the parishes in I don't know, was it 13 parishes in Jamaica, I believe? Or 14? 14 parishes in Jamaica. I want to say 14, I think. Whatever number of parishes there are in Jamaica, you want to go to each one of them and get a letter saying that you have no barriers to marriage, meaning that there's no record of a marriage on file. So now, in the entire islands of Jamaica, you've never been married, and you go to immigration with your current marriage, and you say, look, I lied back in Jamaica, here's my waiver. And now you're not a bigamist. That's basically it. 14.
All right. Special K on YouTube says, can someone who committed benefit fraud in 1995 be able to immigrate to the USA from the UK? Time has been spent, no prison time, just community service, and paid it back.
Benefit fraud where? In England?
I would think it is because they
I don't know what
spent time there.
I don't know what benefit fraud in England entails, so I would have to look at the underlying crime.
Okay. How about if it was out here?
It depends if it was a misdemeanor or a felony.
Got you. Okay, Joe, and they didn't spend any time, so it was just community service. All right. What are you looking at?
Lisa Bling Rose saying 13 parishes in one county.
Aha. So you
14.
You got it.
No, it's 14.
Yeah. Smart guy right here. God.
Yeah.
God, I love him.
I'm going to tell you something. When I know local Jamaican parishes, how many there are.
Right.
Deal with a lot of Jamaicans, I guess.
You're basically an honorary Jamaican.
Yeah. I'm surprised I wasn't 1% Jamaican in my DNA.
I still believe that you are.
Yeah.
I feel like the Yacket is really Jamaican.
Maybe they made a mistake.
It was a mistake.
I think they made a mistake.
All right. Josette Smith said, my husband and I got married in 2018. He lives in another country. My husband has never been to the USA before. I plan on filing for him later this year. Here's my problem. When filing my taxes, do I file married but filing separate, or do I file married and report my husband's income? This is very confusing.
He's in another country right now. You file married filing separately. Once he comes and lives here, you would file married filing separate. Married filing jointly.
Jointly. Okay. Curly Girl Shauna says, hey, Brad, yesterday a lady called saying her fiance abandoned her after she came from her home country. And you said it was that she was abused when she could file a VAWA, but that confused me because if they didn't get married, how could she file for the VAWA?
You can't file for a VAWA if you're not married. So
you can't.
Cannot. When did I say file for a VAWA?
Well, because it was her fiance who abandoned her.
Because she came on a fiance visa.
Mm-hmm.
So on a fiance visa, you can file as for a VAWA.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
But not if you came on a tourist visa and the person is engaged to you, but you never got married, then it wouldn't be. But it was because it was a fiance visa.
Got you.
Right.
Fox Racing says, does USCIS have an I-95 form?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, Asma says, yesterday, I'm a citizen. I asked about my kids. They got their American passport, but I was concerned about their foreign birth certificate. When I want to renew their American passport, can I take mine as approved? I'm born in the state. Born, I would think, is born in the States.
I don't even understand what the question is.
I don't either. But
what's the problem?
So
they were born in another country. They're citizens of two countries.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is where they're making a.
Your
children are citizens of two countries. They are a citizen of the country they were born in, and they could have a passport from that country because they were born in that country. And they, in addition, are citizens of the United States because they met all the requirements to become a citizen before their 18th birthday. So they have two passports. I assume that's the question.
I would, yeah. All right. Chelsea says, my mother filed for me and my kids in 2012. Didn't hear anything. She's a citizen and I'm not married, from Jamaica, and I'm 44 years old.
So what does she want from me? She wants me.
So the mother filed back in 2012 for her and her children.
So they're up to September 22nd, 2011.
So one more year?
One more year.
Oh, almost. Has Info 38 says, I don't understand what that is, so I'm just going to go to another one.
Okay.
Brown Campbell, Pauline says, my husband filed for my son December, which is 1 year. How long would it take for him to come here? He's under 21. Right now, his case is in the visa center.
Should be another 6 months or less.
Okay.
By the way, Lisa Bling Rose feels I'm 3% Jamaican.
Ooh.
I don't know where she came up with that number. I don't know if she swabbed my inner cheek and figured this out or not.
Possibly because you actually tan really well.
Maybe.
Your tan is definitely not orange.
Maybe, that is true.
All right, Latoya Powell says, my husband will apply for his citizenship in September. How long will it take for the interview?
12 months.
All right, Tom Brady, the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Yeah, says
Somebody's
question.
a New England fan.
Yeah.
But not you.
Absolutely not.
You're no fan.
I'm no fan.
No fan.
No NFL for me.
No NFL.
Stand with Kaepernick.
Okay.
Question for a friend. She came with someone else's passport, but she didn't have it. Can her husband file an adjustment for her?
She came on somebody else's passport. She's going to need to file a waiver. But she
Okay.
needs proof of how she came, so if she doesn't have it, she's got a big problem.
All right. Lacia says, my husband filed for my daughter and myself. Will my 10-year-old daughter have to attend the interview?
Yes.
All right. Kamar says, hey, Brad, I filed for my green card back in 2017. I got my work authorization, but I'm scared to travel and haven't received my interview date. Do you know how long I have to wait?
When did he file?
Got the green card 2017.
So why can't he travel?
Because he got the work authorization, he just haven't gotten the interview date.
From 2017?
Mhm.
He needs to come in and file a mandamus. It's too long.
It's too long.
All right, let's do one more question, then we'll finish up social media after we do this thing.
All right.
All right, well, that's question.
Idris says, I came here with a J1 visa. I'm still in a process waiting for my interview. My parents took the visa and they came and visited me during Christmas. When they came back home, the American embassy canceled their visa with the reason that their son did not come back. How's it possible? How's all this work? What should I do?
He's applying for a green card. Apply for your green card. There's nothing you can do about your parents. Embassy is the embassy. After you get your green card, we can talk about trying to renew your parents' visitor's visa again.
Awesome.
Okay, and with that, last Thursday, Belgium Kim, who thought it was Freaky Friday today and doesn't work on the Friday the 13th. She told me that.
Right, because Belgians don't work on Friday the 13th.
Right, correct.
Yes.
Even though today's Thursday the 7th.
Right.
All right, it was a whole mix-up.
It's a whole
That's why she's not
mix-up,
here.
guys. It's a whole mix-up.
So meanwhile, she went last Thursday to the first gathering of the Immigrant Women Entrepreneurs Networking event here in New York City, sponsored by Miss Immigrant USA. Would you believe there's a Miss Immigrant USA? You believe it? Say yes.
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes. I'm trying to think if I've ever heard of it, because I know a lot of people that do like Miss pageants, but I've never heard of
It's an
USA.
event where immigrant women can network, do business, brainstorm new ideas, support each other, have fun, and come and decide who's going to be Miss Immigrant USA. Let's watch.
Hey Brad Squad, this is Belgium Kim and we are here at the Immigrant Women Entrepreneur event, sponsored by Miss Immigrant USA. We're on the Upper East Side today, where all of these amazing women are connecting with each other, are telling their stories, and they're gonna share some of their stories with us. Check it out, Brad Squad. Hey Brad Squad, we are here with the woman who made tonight happen, Magdalena Kulish. What is your goal when you organize an event like this?
The hope is to bring women from different countries who are immigrants, but as well today we had few ladies who are born in America, but as well they feel they have connection with women immigrants and women who are business owners, professionals and entrepreneurs. And the idea is to create a network of like-minded women who can create support group. We all want to grow and we all want to prosper. We are building Miss Immigrant organization to connect the adult women, the experienced women with the younger generation that is just starting their life.
What is your immigration story?
I was working in Warsaw for AIG, American company, and my boss was from New York. And her boss was from New York and he didn't speak any English. I need to learn the language in order to build a career, to have a career. But I was really bad in school. The English really was not going into my head, not sticking there. So I said, okay, another choice is to go to an English-speaking country and just be surrounded day and night, and hopefully then it will stuck. So that's what I did. My first year I lived with American family, which was an amazing experience. Unfortunately, the first year was not enough to learn English. So I stayed for another year. I went to the language school. Language school was not enough. I was still not satisfied, so I went to college. After college, then I stayed, I got a job. Then I moved to the city to a different company. I started working for myself and I started doing social media marketing. Later on, I built a group for Polish business and professional women, and I'm still kind of not satisfied with my English, so I'm still here.
My purpose to come today was just to see people. Maybe some people share their stories, how they start their business, and it was very interesting for me to hear their stories and to see what I can do about it, to see people who transformed their passion into the profession. It's very interesting for me.
I was curious to connect with other immigrant women entrepreneurs.
This group of women, particularly immigrant women entrepreneurs, comes together. How does that help build all of you up?
I think it's a fantastic opportunity. There are not many places. I think there are like different ethnic groups that connect together, but I don't think there are many places where specifically women entrepreneurs, immigrant, come together. So I think it's a great opportunity to reinforce each other, to find out about each other's experiences, find out what we need, and support each other, because our experience is a little bit different compared to American entrepreneurs.
What obstacles do you feel like you've had more of because you're an immigrant entrepreneur?
I think the main obstacle is lack of network. Many people here say like, oh, I connected with my high school friend and he introduced me to such and such, some other background, family, my mother knows this person. I have no network. I started from scratch. I came by myself. I felt it was always something that was holding me back.
So that's why these events then become so important.
That's right, because now we can expand our network, because it's not only the people who are here, but also the people they know. I've been to a lot of networking meetings, and it's more like, oh, here's my business card, and this is what I do. And you don't really connect with them. This is different, especially the way Magdalena organized it. We have a real way to continue the dialogue.
So now we take the phones and we go and connect with each other. But you know what happens to the business cards. We never look at them again.
I came out to network with positive, powerful women. I am an audiologist and speech language pathologist by trade. I'm also a mom of a son with autism. So I help autism moms to move past shame, guilt, and frustration and find their power so they can make bold moves in their lives again.
That's amazing. How did we start on this journey?
Oh, well, I'm a mom,
right,
and I dealt with being a professional and still feeling overwhelmed. And I still had a lot of guilt with being a mom and still having a child that wasn't really socially acceptable to many people. After doing my own personal development, because as moms, we forget that we have to work on ourselves first. And once I started working on myself, working with people, and coaching with Steve Harvey and Lisa Nichols and some major people, just helping me to just develop myself, I began to realize that I'm different and I need to embrace my differences. Now that helped me to embrace my son's difference. That helped to really shift my attitude towards, if I'm gonna be different and I embrace my difference, instead of making him like anyone else, why not let him be himself and be different? And I started encouraging more autism moms, special need moms, and just mompreneurs to embrace being different.
What is you or your family's immigration story?
My mom and my dad are from Guyana, which is in South America, and they came to America and they came looking for a new life. I was luckily born in Oklahoma when they were going to school. So they were sent by the government to come to school. I was born, and then they had to go back to their country. So my accent someone will always ask me, where are you from? And I go, Brooklyn. No, they go, no.
But really?
Where are you really from? So my heritage is Guyanese. I stand by the Caribbean. I stand by helping them and just navigating the system. A lot of Caribbean parents are averse or don't know how to handle autism and special needs. So I love coming out and speaking to them and helping them through the process.
What is your book called and where is it available?
Amazing Gift, A Journey to Autism Acceptance. It can be found in Amazon or on my website at drallygriffith.com. And if you let them know that you heard it here from The Brad Show, then we will find a special discount just for you. And especially if you're a family that is dealing with being from someplace different and having a child that's different, how do we help you to learn more about embracing your child? And then most importantly, as moms, stepping aside and embracing yourself again. It's a lot on a mom. So if you need some help and you need to navigate that system or just navigate your system, then definitely contact me, reach out to me, follow me, Dr. Allie Griffith.
I'm here because I'm writing a book on immigration, and I want to meet with other immigrant women and talk about their stories.
What is your book about?
It's a self-help book for immigrants to help people in the transition. I am a psychotherapist. My previous training was in anthropology. I did a PhD in anthropology, and when I came to the US, I had a culture shock and a lot of stress. So I did my own psychotherapy, and I liked that so much. Then I trained to become a psychoanalyst, and then I started doing psychoanalytic work.
What are some of the things that you see immigrants really struggling with in that transition?
The transition is different. Sometimes people have vulnerabilities prior to coming here, and then it also depends if they're coming from a poor, difficult background, if they are escaping from somewhere, or if they're like coming here to go to grad school, let's say, it's very difficult. But everybody across the board has similar issues of adaptation. There is a deep self-esteem. That's the most common thing, that people start doubting themselves. They can speak the language. They are not connected to other people, so they are isolated. Depression, guilt is also very common as an experience later on, especially for their families that they left behind.
What are some ways that immigrants, and obviously immigrants is the population that feels these kinds of feelings the most, what are some things that you tell immigrants they can do to help with those feelings and those problems in the transition?
Freud said, when he was asked this question, to go and seek help, go and do therapy. There are very basic things to do, like tools that come from CBT and from mindfulness that don't require full 20 years of therapy, but they are very targeted and help the person to increase their self-esteem, for instance, like creating a success list, for instance, where you put all the things day by day that you do that are positive, and you kind of try to, this way, internalize them. And there are plenty of different things. So I would recommend to buy my book when it comes out.
What is your immigration story?
I wanted to study anthropology at Columbia, so I came to study anthropology. Before even coming here, I got terrified to come here. So I had my first panic attack.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was so terrified and I felt so unprepared. That was my beginning of seeking therapy, for instance, before I became a therapist. And then I learned these things are very common, anxiety, I see them every day.
So where did you originally come from?
I came from Sardinia, an island in Italy. I go every 2-3 months. Many foreigners, many immigrants have 2 families, and they have to do their best to take care of everybody.
I am loving this event because it is for women, it is by women, it is supporting each other and really telling your story. The idea of everyone has a dream at some point, right? Whether it's American or a non-American dream. In order for all of us to stand up on our own 2 feet, it does take more than just one person. For those of us who are beginning a business or becoming more entrepreneurial in terms of our thinking, I think it's always nice to surround yourself with other people who are either ahead of you, behind you, at the same step as you are, doing similar things, doing different things, because in all of that, you see the beauty in going forward. I came to the United States at the age of almost 11 when I was from Belarus. When we first got here, I was really shy and didn't know what to do and didn't speak really, spoke 2 words of English. But I took some time and it took some courage, and you learn how to speak the language and you navigate the kind of the American system and you learn whatever it is that you need to do. And I knew that education was my calling. I went into it thinking either medical school or clinical psychology. And now I have my degree and I have my license, and I just love what it allows me to do and help people do.
So far, it's been the most efficient networking event I ever attended.
This event is really geared, although it's for all entrepreneurial women, it's really geared for immigrant entrepreneurs. How is that experience different?
For immigrant women, being an entrepreneur is more difficult because we have to learn a lot about the country, about how things are done. Because of that, having support of women who was successful in business and they already sort of went through this rope before, and they could teach us and give us suggestions, or we can give it to one another, it makes it easier. I was here talking about the business that I do, which is real estate appraisals and sales in both states, New York and New Jersey. but also, of course, learning about how I can help other women and how I can refer business to them, because I feel the whole power is in relationship building and referral based.
What is your immigration story?
I was born in former Leningrad, now St. Petersburg. My father, he was a military man and he was in space engineering. He was sent to a secret project in Siberia in the middle of nowhere, where they provided satellite support for cosmic engineering. It was very cold, so on a cold day like today, it feels like home. And then we moved back to Siberia in the middle of the 90s. And that's where I went to school for economic degree in civil engineering and construction. And then somehow this opportunity came up. I met a wonderful guy in Poland when I was there for an exchange between universities. And then we became more than friends, I guess. We eventually got married. And that's how I ended up in New York. He said, would you want to come to America with me? And first I was terrified. I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't that terrified. I was more adventurous. I think my family was terrified. But then I told them, well, look, what's the worst thing that can happen? I can always go back, right? And they said, yeah, why not? Go for it, girl. And ever since then, I stayed here in New York. I love New York for its vibrant colors and so many different connections, so many immigrants from so many different backgrounds, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Magdalena, thank you so much. Is there anything you'd like to add about tonight?
Did you connect with everyone on Facebook?
Mostly. I'm sorry. A solid.
You have to come back.
That I promise. That I absolutely promise. Thank you so much, Magdalena, and thank you for throwing this event. This was amazing.
You're welcome.
All right, Brad Squad, that was absolutely incredible. We met amazing women who have overcome so much and who have gone through so much as immigrant entrepreneurs in this country. Thank you so much for sticking around. Until next time, see ya.
All right, Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, we have a bunch of social media questions to finish up, right?
We do.
All right, let's
get right into it. Regina says, God bless you, Brad. A friend filed for a VAWA petition November 23rd, 2018. Up till now, she has not received a receipt. Is this normal process?
No, something's a problem. You should give us a call.
All right, Mark says, please, I have a question. I petitioned for my wife and my daughter. I'm a U.S. citizen. My family lives overseas. My annual income is $22,000. I want to know, can I sponsor them myself, or do I need to add another sponsor? Joint sponsor.
How many family members?
2, the wife and the daughter.
You don't earn enough. You're going to need a second affidavit of support.
All right. Cavella XO says, hey, Brad, my daughter is a citizen. Can she file for me while I'm on vacation by her staying for 5 weeks and return back home?
You can either come here for 90 days and she can put in your adjustment here after 90 days, or you can come visit, and after you're done visiting and go home, she can put in the papers for you.
All right. Dion says, I've been married since 2015, but didn't file until 2017. My work authorization took over a year now. My husband and I are not getting along, and he said he won't be coming to the interview. Is there anything I can do on my own?
Unfortunately, when you have not gotten your green card yet, your options are figure it out with your husband, work it out, get a divorce and fall in love with somebody else, or do an abuse case. Those are your 3 options.
Zerica says, I migrated last year, September. My dad was the one who sponsored me. Can I file for my mother?
Yes.
Change name on YouTube.
If you're a citizen.
Okay.
I don't know if she's a citizen. When did she immigrate?
Last year, September.
No, you need 4 more years to become a citizen first.
So no.
Right.
All
Once
right.
you're a citizen, you can.
Okay. Change name says, can my U.S. citizen spouse file for me on her taxes? I don't have a social security number or a green card yet.
Yes, put a W-7 on her tax return, do a joint tax return, and ask for a tax identification number.
Pauletta says, what are crimes not eligible for an I-601A waiver other than murder or drug if spouse is in USA?
There's a whole list of aggravated felonies. Drugs, child abuse, crimes of violence that are jail time of more than a year, fraud in excess of $10,000, probation violation on a felony. I mean, I can go on and on. There's 50, 60.
All right. Asghar Khan says, in what way one can be denied immigrant visa if fail a medical?
In what way can you be?
Can you be denied immigrant visa if you fail a medical?
You don't. You gotta pass the medical.
All right. Ash says, is 245I still available in 2019?
Yes, if you qualify.
Isha says, my spouse, a U.S. citizen, does not have the medical insurance. Is there any issues when we file our I-130?
None whatsoever.
Ila Muhammad says, how long does it take for a USCIS to get back to you after an interview is done? That is for an adjustment of status, and the case has been held for review. And the case has been held for review.
At least 4 months after that, contact me.
All right. Lazia says, Brad, my daughter's father is a U.S. citizen over 20 years before she was born outside of the U.S. in Jamaica. I applied for a U.S. citizenship born outside, or I applied for the U.S. citizen born outside of the U.S. for her, but the Jamaican embassy wants her father to document all his entries in and out of the U.S. from the day he entered in 1979. He lost those passports. How do we proceed?
You have to be able to prove that he lived in the United States for 10 years after his 14th birthday, so get his Social Security records to show that he worked all those years.
Pape says, hey, Brad, when I applied for my B2 visa in June 2016, I was married. When I came to the U.S., I did an extension and then changed my status to the F1. In March 2017, my wife divorced me. Now I'm married to a U.S. citizen.
Great. Go file the adjustment.
All right. Davison says, can your firm help vacate any type of criminal record to unite my friend's spouse with his family in America?
We can try.
Okay, and last one.
Yes.
Gail says, hey, it's 15 months ago since I filed my I-130 for my spouse and didn't receive any information about my case. What's going on?
Watch yesterday's show, see the whole thing with Abadir sues the government. Come see us file a mandamus. I don't know what's going on, but it's mandamus time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
All right, so we got short show today, Jonathan.
We do.
Probably the shortest show of the year so far.
Yeah.
But we'll make it up tomorrow.
Yeah, it's still very informative.
Still very informative, nevertheless. Let's get to comments of the day.
All right. Now we have some comments.
We have some comments.
Yeah, we definitely have some comments.
Hold on. Should I strap myself in here?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, all right.
Do that.
Got it in.
All right. So our first comment of the day is from Tanisha McNabb. Says, people need to loosen up and release the stress. Too much stress in the world. That's why I watch my favorite show every day in here just to relax, laugh, and loosen up.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. We are stress relievers, Jonathan.
We are.
We are stress relievers.
We are.
Now, we should just watch the show after relieve our stress next, right?
Listen,
maybe we should do that.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
Well, you do.
Sometimes I do.
You do sometimes.
I don't watch all the shows. Sometimes I don't. But sometimes I go home in the evening and I lie, when I go to bed around 11:30, I'll go watch, instead of going to watch the late night shows, I go watch me. On my phone. Or a laptop. I do. I lie in bed and watch the show.
There's no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right, our second comment of the day is off of YouTube. Let Wilson. Sleep is killing me. And I just can't go to sleep because I am so addicted to this show.
Wow.
Don't want to miss a moment of it. I'm fighting to sleep until 7:30.
Wow.
Yeah. That was nice.
Very nice.
I like that. All right. Our next one is from Carol Anderson. All the women are so positive and they're so motivated to all women. Thank you.
Very good.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. All right. So we have a lot, man. We got
a lot of comments.
Yeah,
it's like every comment is like a comment of the day.
Basically,
now, right?
They come out with some greatness.
Yeah.
So we got one from Fox Racing on YouTube. Thanks. This is why Brad's show and all the staff behind the scenes are unique, and the Brad show addresses all aspects of people's daily lives.
That's right.
This is very true.
Very
Thank you.
true.
That is amazing. Yeah. All right. Now our last comment is from Patrona on Facebook. She says, I can see Brad's love and what he does best. This show is very informative and funny at the same time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all your nice comments. I
They love you,
appreciate
man.
all the love that you give us, and we try to give back to you. And until tomorrow, we wish you all adieu. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.